Hello everybody and welcome to Your Finance Helper. Today we are going to be focusing on the net present value, which is a tool that can be used to evaluate long-term investment decisions. This is also very related to the time value of money, since we do use some formulas that are related to this. So the net present value, it is a investment decision tool that you can use to evaluate long-term investments. And the formula for it is right here. It is the present value of the benefits minus the present value of the costs. This is the same formula that you use when you calculate the present value for a stream of cash flows. The reason why we use this tool is because we cannot compare money in different time periods. That's the reason why we calculate the present value of them. The way that we evaluate our decisions is that when net present value is higher than zero, we do the investment simply because there is a profit. When it is below zero, we don't do it because it's not profitable. We are going to go through an example, and I'm just going to go and jump right into Excel. Okay, I have this short exercise prepared for you in Excel just to show you how we actually calculate the net present value. So imagine that you have been offered to invest $5,000 today, and you will receive $2,100 at the end of the next 3 years. If you could otherwise earn 10% per year on your money, would you undertake the investments? So the way we do this is that we start by determining, well, what is our cash outflow in this situation. The cash outflows is our investment, so that is $5,000. Remember to put this in minus, because otherwise it would screw up your calculation. In the first year there is no cash inflow, you don't receive any money, but for the next 3 years we receive $2,100, so we put that in. $2,100, $2,100, and $2,100. Net cash flow is simply the sum of our outflows and our inflows. So we use the sum, press tab if you want to use that Excel formula. Sum, we highlight these two, close the parentheses and press enter. We can also just drag right here. We don't want to write the formula every time. Boom. So now we have to calculate the present value. In this situation, the way it has been set up right here, we just calculate the present value for a single cash flow. So what we do is we press the equal sign. We take our net cash flow, we divide it by the interest rate factor. So 1 plus our interest rate at 10%. We close the parentheses, and we put it to the power of the periods. So this is the first period, which means that the interest rate factor doesn't have any effect, but it will have an effect in next periods. I just do the formula from the beginning so I can drag it over and we can save some time. What you have to do right here is that go to you interest rates, and you have to lock the cell, because otherwise the cell will follow along. And you lock the cell by pressing F4 on your keyboard. Good. And enter. You drag this one over, and now you have calculated for the present value for each of the years. To get the net present value, you simply take the sum of all of the present values. There you go. So the net present value of this investment is $222.39. If we evaluate this, well, it is above zero, which means that we should undertake the investments, and this is profitable for us. We can also calculate the NPV another way, using Excel's own NPV formula. The way we do this is that we go to the net cash flow, and we say plus. We take NPV, and we use this formula. We take the rate, which was our interest rate at 10%, comma, and we highlight the rest of the net cash flows. Press enter. All the formulas are shown right here, so just so you could follow along. This gives us the same result. However, it can be a little bit tedious because the reason why it is easier to do it the first way is because using the NPV formula, it says that the first period starts at period 1 and not period 7. This is the reason why I have to plus with our first period in period 0 and then use the NPV formula. It can also mess up your calculations if you have one cell that is left blank. So I would highly recommend not using the formula and simply just using the first one we used. It also is a little bit more intuitive and it helps you understand what you are actually doing. Okay, well, that was it for this time. So thank you very much for watching Your Finance Helper, and I'll see you next time.